All right, hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. This is Bolden Wealth Management. My name is Robert Bolden and today we're going to be diving deep into one of the most fundamental scriptures, if not the most fundamental scriptures about marriage and money. We want to discuss how it applies to how we manage our finances together. So the scripture we're going to be using today comes from Genesis chapter 2. Verse 24 specifically, but we're going to look at verse 23 as well, just to give it some context. And it says in verse 24, "For this reason, a man shall leave his father and mother and be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh." Most of us think of one flesh in terms of physical and emotional intimacy, but have we ever stopped to think about how it applies to other areas of our lives, specifically our finances? Today, we're going to talk about how we can honor God by becoming one financially with our spouse. So let's look again at Genesis. Right before verse 24, we have verse 23, and we're looking at Adam reciting a poem of this new companion that he now has, which is his wife, his woman. This woman came from him, was brought to him, and was made for him, and he's delighting in this companion that he now has. I wanted to highlight this verse because this shows how Adam viewed his wife. She was a companion, a helpmate, suitable for him. Then in verse 24, it speaks to the deep covenantal bond between husband and wife. It tells us that when we marry, we leave behind our old life and we create something entirely new together. The act of becoming one flesh isn't just about sharing our space or raising children together. That's certainly a part of it, but not the whole picture. It's about aligning all aspects of our lives with one another, including our finances. So today I have 3 points I want to make from this text. The first key point is that in marriage, the Bible calls us to unity in every way, spiritually, emotionally, physically, and yes, even financially. However, money can certainly be a point of tension in a lot of marriages. In fact, financial issues are one of the leading causes of conflict and even divorce. But if we approach our finances with the mindset that we are one flesh, we start to see money a little bit differently. Becoming one financially means that we no longer think of my money or your money. It's our money. And whether one spouse earns more or stays at home with the kids, all resources belong to one pot for both partners. Key point number 2 is that aligning our finances puts us in a position to manage the money in a God-honoring way. Aligning our financial goals is a way to demonstrate our oneness before God. In Matthew 6:21, Jesus says that for where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. If our hearts are united in this marriage between husband and wife, then our treasures, which means our money and our resources, are certainly going to reflect that unity as well. Practically, this looks like sitting down together to discuss all of your financial goals and values. It means whether it's saving for a home, paying off any extra debt, or giving generously to the kingdom. It's all about making decisions together and seeking God's guidance in how those decisions are going to be made. Key point number 3 is that stewardship as a couple is going to bring you guys even closer together. As Christians, we are called to be good stewards of what God has entrusted to us. In Luke 16:11, Jesus tells us if you have not been trustworthy in handling worldly wealth, then who is going to trust you with true riches? Well, number 1, this lets me know that wealth as we see it in this world today is not even the real thing. It's a prerequisite to what's to come. So we have to focus and stay aligned in our minds between husband and wife that this, as we know it, is not even the tip of the iceberg of what's to come. We're responsible for stewarding the resources that God has given to us, and not just for ourselves, but for each other and for our children and for God's kingdom. Stewardship is not an individual thing. This is a team effort. And then key point number 4 is simply that it helps us to trust God. When we align our finances with God's design for marriage, we're not just managing money, we're building a stronger, more unified relationship. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6, which most of you have probably heard at some point, It reminds us to trust in the Lord with all of our heart and lean not on our own understanding, but in every way submit to Him, and He will make all of your paths straight. So as we trust God with our finances and work together as a team, He promises to guide us and give us wisdom in every financial decision that we're to make. Ultimately, becoming one flesh in marriage includes uniting our finances. By managing money together, aligning our goals, and seeking God's guidance, we not only avoid financial conflicts, but we also strengthen our relationship with each other and with God. So let's commit to being good stewards, to trust in the Lord, and to honor Him in how we manage our finances as one flesh. And even if you aren't married, if you are single, this applies to you as well. You are called to be a steward even before you take that position as husband or wife. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe if you found this helpful, and comment something below of how you and maybe your spouse manage your finances today. Let's keep this conversation going, support one another in building up marriages that honor God in every area, including our money. We'll see you in the next video, where I plan to talk about how I have combined finances with my wife as we are looking to buy a new home, sell our current home, we have a new baby on the way. All of the things that you guys are doing and planning for, we're actually doing and planning for ourselves live. So that'll be a cool video and we're looking forward to it. Until then, enjoy your night. We'll see you soon.